So we'll need that one, we'll need this one. Let's get this guy going. We're live, we're live. How are you? Brox. This desk figured out here. That is a try. Need to magnetize these bits, man. They don't want to come out of there. Well, this is going to be a pretty basic stream. We're just doing some reshells on these DS's, and I've done a lot of them. So now this is my first time streaming doing it, so we call that math in public. Well, at least I do. You ever do math in public? You miss up something that you would do just fine by yourself, so probably do the same thing in this situation where I'll mess something up that's really basic just because I'm doing it with an audience. But we'll see. Thankfully, with the DS Lites, there is no connector to the back, so this should just lift off now that all the screws are out, which they are. They don't hide one under stickers or anything on these, but they can be a pain. There it goes, click and click. There it is. The buttons are going to start falling out and all that. We're going to put that right there because we're going to need to get parts out of it for the reshell. And now we can go back to our regular bit. Start putting these up. These can come out. Bang, bang. Welcome everybody in. We're going to be doing some DS Lites here tonight. At least we're going to be trying. We're going to be trying to do some DS Lites here tonight. How about that? How about that? Okay, so that's out of there. And our one screw's out. So now this whole board should be able to flip over. This black cord's going to stop that, so we're going to fudge him through, because we're going to have to fudge him through anyways. This is one of the worst parts. Yeah. Everything just keeps getting more expensive, especially with tariffs and everything else, right? Not making it easy. Not making it easy at all. Clip that off. Backing around. Alright, there we go. Now we're free. Now the whole board should come out, more or less. And we shouldn't have to take anything off of the bottom part here because we're just transporting this to its other shell, really. So all we got to do is flip this out like this, and we want to disconnect this cable right here. like that. And that's our whole screen assembly and motherboard. And now we'll take all these off because they're gonna these stupid buttons are gonna come flying out regardless. Yeah, take all those buttons out. Two screws in this top corner hold the green power button in, or your power light right there. So there, that came out along with our tiny start and select button. We got two of those right there. I don't know if the Reshell comes with them or not, so we're gonna hold on to them. Anywho's, now we got to get in on these tiny little covers. Man, where's my X-Acto? I don't know if the X-Acto is going to help me here. I'll be real. I will be so real with you. There it goes. I don't care about it leaving. I'm going to throw it away anyways. I don't want you anymore. Man, these edges are so... let's get a tiny little flathead. How about that? We will be taking the hinge out of you, though. There's our hinge. Good hinge. Nothing wrong with that hinge. We'll try our X-Acto here. I got like the probably worst tip imaginable for this, but did a good job. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. The thumbprint behind the glass. That's a classic. I've done that. But dude, it's you never get it just right. Like, because the first time you do it, right? When you try to do it really fast so you don't get any dust or anything under it. First time you try really hard and then it doesn't work, or it you see a speck of dust, you try to make it better, and guess what? It always gets worse. It always gets worse. The more you take that case off, the worse it gets. And then you're beating yourself up because you're like, it's getting worse every time. What am I doing wrong? Jesus. There we go. It's really got to get in there. And then this should slide up, and away, like so. Like so, like so. And then nothing in here is glued, but we do have to get this cable through along with these wires out of the top screen. So what we do is we're going to push the screen on the back to get it away from the plastic board or the plastic shell. And then I'm going to get the speaker out here. And it should keep coming here. The bottom glue is always the toughest. Okay, let's see if we can roll this. We can roll these guys out now, so we should be able to get our speaker and our Wi-Fi out of the way. Then we're just going to push that through like that. It's got like a little groove it goes in, but it only works in a certain orientation. I forget if that's open or closed. Pretty sure it's closed. But it looks like our metal piece has forced its way out. Yeah, it has. Yeah. What's happened here? Looks like our metal piece has forced its way out. Some little metal tube in here that should not be in the way for this. There we go. Now, still looks like there's something in the way, but it's definitely not the metal tube. There we go. There. Okay, we can flip that back. Now we can get this out of the way. Hi, JFix. How are you? Hope everyone's having a good night tonight. We're doing a chill stream here, just doing some reshells. For the local game store. Let's see how we do, see how we can do. Getting these out of the way. Come on. There's one. There's two. Okay, now can we get this cable out of here? Yeah, I should be able to. Like that. Now it's going to go through. There it is. Now that we got it out of there, we're just going to wind it up. This is the part you got to be really careful, because if you damage this stupid ribbon cable, the whole top screen will stop working. Whoever designed this, I'd love to meet them and beat them up, because, God, I hate it. Hate this ribbon cable. This is the worst. Okay, now that's in that, so we can push that through like that, and then we should be able to pull all of that through. Come on. Like that. There you go. These two are trash. This top thing is trash. Let's see what we got in our kit. Thanks, JFix. I appreciate that very much. Ah, see, I do these, like I've said before, for a store, so I never know what he's going to buy. Look what we got. Nice. Very nice. We are going to become Pokemon trainers today. Pokemon trainers. So, next thing to do is going to be the reverse order of what we just did. So first thing that's going to go in is the screen. We do kind of, I'm always debating on which way to do this, because this does have to go in a weird way, because you really want to get these cables to sit right, let me get this in frame, right in the little grooves here. And it can be a pain. It can be a major pain to get all of these to sit how they should. No, don't spin. Just get on in there, brother. There you go. And then we also need to get our friend the microphone in his little home, which is right here. And then he rides this joint right here. Right down in there. Then we're going to take both of those, and I am going to get them out of the way. And now, put that guy in there. Is that the left one? Yes. Now we got to get this through this hole. And what's the easiest thing to do? Let's coil her up. Like that. Let me think about this real quick. That's okay. Yeah, because once we get this through, I'm pretty sure. And then while it's in there like that, you want to get this piece of metal on so you don't have to do it again to get that on. Come on. You can do it. Do not want to use a metal tool on you. There we go. There it is. Now that that's down, we're going to get our friends here through. 1 and 2. Boom. Boom. Beautiful. Now we're going to make sure our speakers sit in. Make sure that tape is holding down our speaker wire. Pretty good. That looks good. That all looks very good. Everything's where it needs to be. All right. Time for the bane of my existence. Putting the back of the top screen on. I don't know why this is so hard for me, but I struggle. I struggle because it's supposed to snap down, and it never snaps down right. I always end up breaking a tab off or something. It's always a huge pain for me. Always is. It always is. I don't know why, but it is. Okay, because this is just supposed to go on. See, if I can get this down to a science, I could do these so fast. But you're supposed to, so there's these little tabs on the side that look like this. And then the top has pieces of like that. And they're supposed to snap in. So they're supposed to go down. And I'm just not good at this. If anyone knows a better way, or if I'm doing something wrong, please tell me, because I always mess it up. I always do. Did I mess it up? That looks pretty good. No, I think there's too much of a gap at the top. Let's see. Did we destroy any of the feet? That's the question. Did we? I always do. I always mess it up. It's like a guarantee with me doing these, is that the back will be messed up. Let's see. They look happy. Okay. No, we didn't mess them up. So what I like to do is try to, let's see here. Make sure that that's in its home. Get it on in there. We break that. If we did, oh, that is broken. I don't know if we did that or if it was already broken. But, let's see. Can we patch that? That is such a tiny ass wire. What does that go to? This board? Yeah, it goes to that board. I think we can patch that. Let me get this up and running here. Get that up and running. Get this on. Never a dull moment, I tell you what. Let's see if we can even... I don't think I have wire that can even... This is such a tiny, tiny wire. Let's see if my wire strippers go that small. I doubt it. We're just gonna have to strip this with like something like this. Yeah. Because there's no way that, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that wire broke. Oh, Russie, yeah, you make it sound so easy, bro. Yeah, come over here and do it for me, bro, because I always fuck it up. I can never do it right. Not kidding you. Always fucking that shit up. Trying to get these speaker wires into their home. Come on. Okay. Well, we got that good. Just gotta get these speaker wires into their homes. Do I have... Oh, I just bought masking tape. I could totally redo this tape. Which it probably needs. And we need like some tiny ass heat shrink on that, so, or like a piece of electrical tape, because we do not want that touching off with the back of the LCD case. I do have a piece of electrical tape here. That's what we'll do. We'll put electrical tape on it. How about that? So. I want that cut. That did not work. Come on. Well, I'm still not sure if I broke this wire or if it was already broken. But, because I didn't test the, I mean, it had sound, but it was, I didn't test, like, if both were working, you know? Either way, that's patched now. And then we can slide that down in the groove here. Actually, the tape might hold it, help hold it there. Yeah, and then I can get more electrical tape and just do that right there. Keep that in there. Keep that from coming out of its home. That is supposed to be its home. Shouldn't want to come out of there. Then we'll do another one on this side. Okay, let's try this again. So, let's see what Rusty said. They slide. Take the front plate and place it just a little lower and slide it up. So we're going to place it a little lower? Well, you mean the back plate needs to be a little higher. Right? Right. So, I'm going to place this a little lower. Like that. See, it's lower. Bada bing. Bada bing. And then we're just going to slide it up. Slide it up. Slide it up. Yeah, see, I got gaps down here. I got, and everything else. We got junk getting on our new case. Yeah, it just does not. Oh, let's get this actually to sit right. That'd be nice. Sit down in there, and these little wires need to go down in this gully so that they stay put. 1, 2, like that. Russ is probably sitting over there saying, I've never seen someone struggle with this part. Okay, there it is. Yeah, that's it. That looks good. What do you think? I think it looks good. Ship it. Ship it, ship it. Put 4 screws in. I always use the original screws if I have them. No reason to use the cheap Chinese ones if I don't have to. There we go. It's all 4 screws in. I don't know where this black goo's coming from. Is it from the tape? I think it is. Alright, so that's your top screen. We can set that out of the way now. We can get our bottom in. Here's our bottom. So first we need this part. And we got to pick our buttons, because if I remember, yep, they just ship all of them with this. Literally all of them. So we got blue, we got, oh, that's our rubbers. We got blue, we got white, we got black, we got red, what you want. So I usually look up a Poke-Dex and look at what color the buttons are, and I try to match that. Poke-Dex images. So the Poke-Dex, oh, well, that's why they give you all of them, because they really have every color under the rainbow. I usually go with white and blue. So I usually do the, usually do the white on 2 buttons and the blue on 2 buttons. Here's our, oh, what should I do the bumpers in? I think I did the bumpers in white. I don't remember. Okay, so we do those tiny buttons in the blue. Did we not get 2 tiny buttons in blue? There it is. It's trying to roll away from us. Alright, and then I do these bottom buttons, right? That'd be closest to the edge in the bottom. So what is closest to the edge in the bottom? Is it, it's A, right? And what's the bottom one? B? No, don't go in there. It's not your home. Go to your home. That's not your home either. You're going to try them all, huh? Here we go. And then we'll do the other ones in white. And they're just one of our buttons we need, I bet. Is it X? No, that's A. We don't need that one. We need the 2 that haven't came out yet. Of course. I'm out of the freaking package, yo. That's X. And Y. And then we'll reuse the original pads, because why wouldn't we? I think have I got this backwards? No, those look, that feels right. Okay. Now, what else do we need? We need this little piece. And we got to take the old one, which should be in front of us or close to. Let's see, do they give us the piece that goes in there? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Yes, they do. It's right in here in this box. So we need to get the hinge in. And that goes in our top screen here. That's going to go That should just slide in. There we go. And then we put this on however it wants to fit, like that. And then we can close it. There we go. Now we got to get all this cableage into our bottom. Well, what do we want to do first? I think we want to get the motherboard into this first. So let's get the motherboard in so that our buttons don't want to keep falling out, because that's annoying. So we'll just place this like that, and that's going to make our buttons not want to fall out anymore. Just got to get it all lined up here. There we go. And that screen seems to be where it needs to be. We got to plug that back in. Okay. So we want to bring our cableage through. Well, yeah, because we got to route these. Yeah. Yes, I did see Angry's live stream. Unfortunately, after the fact, but yes, I did. I watched most of it. His PS2 stream, right? That was good. That was really good. I wish I could have been there to say hi, considering he's always here for me. But it's hard, you know. It's hard. Okay. So yeah, let's do this first so that we can route these cables in. And the way that we do this is this flat cable can come up Of course, I did this in the dumbest order imaginable. That is like my MO. Always doing these in dumb orders. Yeah. Now all my buttons and everything are going to want to fall out the whole time I'm doing this. And just whatever. I'm just going to let them fall out because it's inevitable. It's inevitable. Because we got to get this ribbon cable to want to go into its home here. And that's hard. We can, I really don't want to feed those through until we have the ribbon cable through. Oh, you getting angry in here? Getting angry in here, getting angry in here. Y'all better watch the fuck out. Y'all better watch out. There we go. There we go. Now I gotta be careful. And through it goes. Look at that. Now we just gotta get this top part to not be mean to it. And we gotta feed these antennas through. 1, 2. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. And there we go. That's both those. Coming on through. And we got that over it. And that's going to want to go over just fine. And that hits right like that. Now we can close it. Boom! There it is. Okay, now, did we lose any of these buttons? We did not. That's fantastic. We can put that back on. Now, we just have to connect our ribbon cable, which is on one of these corners. And I'm tripping, trying to remember which one. Here we go. It's on this corner. This is one of the harder parts. This is a hard part here. You're going to tag them for me. Thank you, Russie. I think I already responded to that. I'm losing my frickin' mind. That's okay. That's alright. So in that, you're going to want that to go all the way in there. It's got to go all the way. Is that all the way? No, it's not all the way. You weren't all the way, bud. You got to go all the way in. If you don't, it's not going to work, and then I'm going to be really sad when I try to turn it on and it doesn't boot. But you got to be careful with it, but you also got to be assertive. It's a tender game. It's a hard game we play here. Trying to get this ribbon cable into this connector. Come on. Come on. There. It's in, but not all the way. Can we get it to go all the way, though? It's not all the way. Man. Man, oh man. Look at how delicate that is, too. It's just such a pain in the butt. So we get this on an uneven playing field here. That will help us out. Put it on my phone. That's what I'll do. Put this on my phone. And you're not going to see this because it's closest to me, but I don't know how else I'm going to do it, so bear with me here. Nah, my phone's too tall. That's too much. I need something else. What do I want to do? We'll do this. I'll raise it just a tiny bit. Maybe I don't want to raise that. That's pretty good how it is. Ooh, that looks really good. Boom! There we go. Took long enough, didn't it? I'll move this back in the frame. So that's definitely in. So now, our white cable, which I always route wrong, is going to come... What I think it does is it goes around here, down, and up, and then it goes through these grooves. One there, and one there. And then it comes up over here, like right there. I think it goes under right here and not over, but I always not sure. Always not sure on that. Okay. So now we can get the bottom screen to sit down. We can pull this out and this. And then that goes through that loop. Yep. Look at that. We're getting there. We are getting there. And then we can take this white cable. We can plug him in. Maybe. Is he too short? Oh, I see what he's doing. Go under that. There you go. Now he's good. Plug in. Then we got to plug in this tiny 4-pin cable. Like that. And that should be good. That should be plugged in. And now, for the funnest part, trying to route this stupid Wi-Fi cable up under the CD port. Can I get it quickly? I've spent some of them I can do really fast. Other ones it takes me forever. You just never know. You just got to get it. Oh, ha 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 ha. See, that wasn't so bad. I've had it take me a millennia sometimes to do that, but that one was not so bad. Okay, how are we doing? What have we messed up so far? What have we fucked up? That is the question. What did we forget to do? Ah, I know what we forgot to do. We forgot to put our little plastic guy in there, which isn't a big deal because we can still get to it. So we don't need any of these anymore. So we can take the OG plastic out and we can put him right there. You just gotta lift this up and kind of nudge it out of the way. Might have to disconnect our wires to make this easier. Probably just that one. Yeah. That's a problem. I don't think the OG one fits. I think they didn't size it exactly right. Where did my... I know I saw the new one, and I took the package out. Was it in this? It was in this. Right? Yep, it's in this. Okay, there we go. Oh, what am I doing? This needs to go in the top one. So I got to take the top one back off, which is not a big deal because it's literally just sitting there. And this goes in it, like that. And then this goes on. Like that. There we go. There we go. Now I can put these long screws in. We just got to move the board a little bit. We're doing this in such a messed up way, but oh well. If it wasn't a messed up way, it wouldn't be a Tristan's Electronic Garage stream, now would it? Now would it? One. Other one goes right here. Next time, when we do the next one here in a few minutes, we're going to remember this so we don't do it again. Okay. So we don't have to finagle that again. Click. That looks good. That looks good. This looks good. Coming out here. Well, I appreciate you trying, Russ. You know, it's whatever. You did your best. Oh, okay. What do we want the side buttons to be? I think white. I think I want to do white. So now's when we switch off here and we have to do all the stuff in the back of this. And that includes this part and this part and what else? This metal part, which they give us that too. This metal part, and it's got that little pad that goes on it. that little metal pad, and that little metal pad goes. That sits like this, up under there, and then this little pad sits. I don't even know what this little pad does. Does anyone know? Just sits like right here. Well, a little bit closer to the edge. Right there. Yep. Maybe there's something that comes close to contacting there and they don't want it to happen, so they put that there just in case. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Then we got this and this that sit in here. How does this sit? Like this? Like that, right? Yeah. And then this is frickin' backwards. And that sits like this. I think this goes in after. Is that one missing it? I think it is. Fell out or something. That just goes like this. And then this sits right here. Is it under it? That one, this one is straight up just missing this plasticky piece. Maybe it does go under it. I don't know what it does, but it needs to have it, I guess, or they wouldn't include it like that. Does anyone know? EMF protection? Huh. Okay. I'll hit believe on that one. Okay. Next thing we need to do we're going to dive in this screw bag, and we're going to put our little piece of metal in for the battery. Goes in right down there. Might get some. This is usually a pain in the rear. What am I saying? DS lights are always a pain in the rear, period, but putting these in is a pain in the rear, too. Come on. Come on. There it is. Okay. Now we can put our switches in, which this is our power on switch, right? That sits right here. Or is that? No, that's volume. This is volume. This is volume right here. Yeah. And this over here is power on. We want that arrow going up. And we want to put it in the right frickin' way around. There we go. Like that. Alright. Now we're kicking butt. Now, oh yeah, we need to put that screw in here. It's just sitting right here on the mat. One screw. And that just holds the whole circuit board in place. Everything looks happy. There we go. That was not happy. Now it is. Now that's happy. Now we're all happy. And then I'm going to place this in here. And hopefully I got to line that switch up. We got to make sure that this switch lines up, because I have broken this off before, and God, does it suck. That's like destroys the whole board. There we go. Hey, free parts. Okay, we're looking good other than the fact that we still have to put our friend the, we forgot a piece. We forgot to put our friend the left and right bumpers in. What color do we want the left and right bumpers to be, gang? I think I'll make them red because the rest of the case is red on the outside. I think I'm liking red because we haven't used any of the reds. I haven't used any of the reds. We'll make the bumpers left and right. We'll make them red. And we'll use the original springs and posts. So here's right. No. This is always another fun part of a DS Lite, is getting these posts in. Okay. Right. Right. That's gonna be no, do not fall through. It's gonna be this guy right here, and it fell out. There we go. Nope. Come on. Come on. This is such a pain. There we go. There's right. Get this sitting the same way as the other one. Pull the post out. Take the spring. Put the spring in. Put our post in. And this is when we realize something's wrong. And that's why it wouldn't come together earlier. Because that doesn't look like it's sitting all the way down. Looks like it could be sitting farther down. Let's check something real fast. You can sit there. And that looks happy. That's not happy. Oh, yeah. Definitely not happy over here. Have we came out of our home over here on the left side? Let's figure out why we're not happy over here. Everything looks okay. I think we just need that screw down there. Just need a screw right here. Hold that down. Which the other one was missing that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the springs suck, man. I hate doing the springs. Okay. Let's get this the way it should be. Around. Get that in there. That's going to sit right like that. And then this is going to go all the way down into its home. There we go. Here we go. There we go. This one seems to be getting stuck. Oh, well, it's just not pushed down all the way. There we go. Might drop a bead. I just want the tiniest amount. Yeah, right there. That's better. It's so much better. Okay, so those are sitting pretty now. So now We got this, and we got both switches in there, how they should be. So we're going to take that like this, and we're going to put that all the way to the side. Out of the way, stuff. Out of the way. And we're going to place this on top here. We just got to watch that our volume is on the right side, and it is. And we got to watch that this doesn't get caught. Now volume's trying to get caught. There we go. There we go. Something still is not happy. Right here at the L. Something is not happy. See this? Sup, Angry? What's up, man? Hey, I've been meaning to ask you. I saw that your consoles arrived. I hope they arrived in one piece. I hope FedEx was nice to them. Please let me know. I want to know. I want to know that everything got there okay or not. Alright, we're going to have to take this all out again. It's never a fucking easy job to do these. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay, what are we stuck on? What are we stuck on? Come on out. Just come on out. What are we so stuck on? Really wants to take the board with it. You cannot take the board with it. What is going on? I just snapped this in. I didn't do anything else. I didn't put any screws in. There we go. Come on. There you go. Okay, so something is not happy over here. It's not sitting as it should. It's not all the way down. Oh, there we go. Was it just that? Was it just it wasn't over that thing, right? I guess so, because that looks like it's happy now. That still is kind of coming out a little bit. Like it's a little bit higher than it should be right here, but I think it's okay. Let's put these buttons back in. Okay, that looks happy. I don't know what it was stuck on before, but it was definitely stuck on something. Are both the buttons in here? No, we're missing one. We're missing one. Damn it. So that's all the way in. Yes, this needs to be all the way down. And then it should sit. That looks good. Probably will feel better once I put screws in. Let me put screws in and see. It's an idiot talking to someone. He's only an expert. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Okay, let's put screws in. I'm going to put screws in. I'm going to see if it looks better after that. And then I'm going to be really upset when we put screws in and it doesn't even turn on because I fucked something up. That's going to be the funnest part of this whole stream. Oh, come the fuck on. Okay, we got to use the screws they gave us for that hole because it is a lot wider than the one that it's supposed to be. It seems. So we'll dump all these screws out they give you in the kit. We'll put one of them in, see if it does any better in there. Yeah. Okay. Now we got to take this back case off, or this battery cover. Come on. Come on now. Come on now, battery cover. Come on off there. There we go. And we got to put some tri-wings in there. Is this our tri-wing? Yeah. Put the tri-wings in there. That's not a tri-wing. That's a tri-wing. There we go. That's one tri-wing. There's two over here. Okay. How we looking? Good. There we go. Alright. I don't know which one of these was our good battery. Most of them are dead, though. That one is dead. It's definitely not our good battery. What about this one? No, that's red too. Definitely not. Oh, it's the one in the white one, because the white one is the one I showed you that has the bad screen, but this has a good battery. All right. Buttons work. Where's our pen? Here's our pen. Enter a nickname. Test. Oh my gosh. Too many clicks. Why is it double clicking on me? Tester. How about that? Did you guys know it is January 1st, 2000? And it is midnight. And my birthday's today. Did you guys know all that information? Okay, and we're going to make sure it reads this Call of Duty game. And it won't read a game it won't when it's inserted in the middle of everything, right? Yeah, there we go. Yippee! Look at that. The bottom screen's a little mucked up, but it's got a new case on it. Looks nice. Looks nice. We're playing COD on the DS Lite. Wow. There's multiplayer on this? No fucking way. If it's double clicking, sometimes causing pressure on your dispatcher, you need to calibrate it. Okay, let's look. Seems to be fine in the game now, but let's calibrate it real fast. It's not clicking at all when I'm... Alright, so let me go to... yeah, that. And this. And we'll calibrate. Okay. Now let's go to Picto Chat. Let's see if I can type now. Sometimes it still double clicks, but it's only if I click really softly. If I click hard, it never does. Maybe I'm just not clicking hard enough. If I click like really soft, there's a, yeah. If I click really softly, it will. But if I click hard like a normal human being doing this is a test. See, I can write just fine. This is a test. Hey, it says happy birthday now. Look at that. Happy birthday. Damn, Angry. Let me send you some money for that. It's not... Russ, it's not actually my birthday, bro. I just made my birthday today in the DS. Yeah, it does have some damage to the screen. Is everything else okay, though? Have you tested everything else? Angry? Okay, so we'll put that like that. What else do we need to do here? We need to put... I think we're missing a screw under the battery we got to put in. Dude, I hated that I had to send that stuff to you. Yes, I figured they would have. Bro, I hated that I had to send that to you via FedEx. Because I always have problems with them, and I never have problems with the USPS. The USPS gets everything there. Now, it might take longer, but it will get there in one fucking piece. All right? But FedEx, man, they get it there fast, but they beat the living hell out of stuff. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Okay. Put some fancy stickers on here. Wow, that does not even fit in that box, does it? Oh, yeah, it does. Sticker. This will go up here. Click that in. Like that. There we go. One. Was the controller obviously busted, or it just doesn't work? Because that's the controller I got from the game store to ship you, and I didn't test it. Everything else was mine, so it obviously, all that stuff got tested, but that did not, because it was straight from the game store. I'm curious. That goes in there. This goes in here. Boom. Now we gotta put these screen or covers on. These screw covers. That's one. Okay. Hey, I'm so happy that everything got there working, considering what you're saying the box looked like when it arrived. I'm sure you opened your front door and saw that thing and were like, bro, there's no way this shit is not broken. Oh, God. They are just so rough with stuff. I packed it, what I think, really well. Like, I wrap everything, every individual item gets a few rounds of bubble wrap, not even just one, like a bunch. Sit in there right, will ya? Sit in there right. Look nice for me. There we go. Alright. Now we just gotta get the battery cover on, which means we have to find where that fancy screw is. So this can go away, that can go away. Here it is. No, that's just the nut. No fancy screw in there. Are we meant to get it from the other one? Because I have it right here. They might not give us that part. That's if I want to do them in black. That's extra covers. That's top. Different colors on the top. I didn't even replace the top thing just because not worth it. All this is junk. Don't need it. Don't need it. Chinese garbage. Chinese garbage. More Chinese garbage. Old case pieces. Paper. Button. Plastic. The amount of plastic in these cases is ridiculous. Okay, looks like they don't give you one. So I will have to steal this one off of here, which is fine. It's just a delicate song and dance to get this thing off. Let's not do this on the back of our brand new case and fuck it up. There we go. That comes out. And then we put it in the new one, like that. But did I use duct tape? No duct tape. I watched a guy literally try to ship a duct tape box. Like, he made the box out of duct tape at the post office. And the post office worker was like, dude, you cannot ship this. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, that's like the one thing you can't ship. Like, there can't be exposed duct tape on the outside of the box because it eats their machines, I guess. Once it, like the sorters, like the duct tape eats their machines up. Let's see, that's on there all the way. Okay, so this is our good battery. I couldn't find my charger tonight, which really sucks. So I can't charge the other ones. That's on there. Alright, what do you guys think? Can get rid of all this garbage. 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 We need to put together our cartridge slot protector thingy-mabobber. How does this go? Like this. And it gets one single screw in it. Yeah. Oh no, that's the right bit. Like that. And then that can go in here. And there it is. What do you guys think? Yeah, and it's going to make me do everything again because I took the battery out. Ah, we missed a screw. We missed this top little tiny tri-wing, which is, I think, yeah, this guy. That guy right there. I see one thing I'm not happy with. I'm going to try to fix it real fast. This back edge still wants to poke out, and it's because this damn screw hole is... There it goes. Let's see if I can get a thicker, longer screw to, like this tri-wing. We'll do this tri-wing in there. See if it will hold it down. Don't want to spin it too much. Okay, that looks a million times better. Now I'm happy with it. Now I'm happy with it. There we go. This had a big gap here, or over here. I hated that. Now it looks good. Now it looks good. Still boots. Come to this screen. All the buttons work. Yeah, okay. Make sure it reads a game. Well, actually, we already made it read a game, and I don't want to go through all this setup again. Alright, that's one done. Let's do another.